Hello. This video will go over the activation process and features of your online account. Looking for something specific? In the video description below, you can find the different chapter points marked, so please feel free to skip ahead if needed. Depending on the type of account you have will depend on the different steps you need, so please make sure that you are watching the correct video if you are a cardholder, provider, plan administrator, or broker. If you have not received a welcome email and you are a cardholder, please reach out to your plan administrator. If you are a broker, provider, or plan administrator, please reach out to our administration team and they'll be able to resend your welcome email for you. If you've received your welcome email, you'll want to follow these next steps. You'll go to www.quikcard.com and always watch the spelling of Quikcard, Quikcard.com. For the activation process, we do recommend viewing this through a desktop web browser, such as Chrome, Safari, or Firefox. Our plan administrator, broker, and provider portals are only available via online web browsers at this time, but our cardholders do have access to a phone application where they can submit claims, review their card details, eligibility, and update information as needed. Once you're on the website, select Sign In. Once you have selected Sign In, it will take you to this page. This is where you would log in if you've already activated your account. But since we're just going through the activation process, we're going to go down underneath the Sign In button and select Activate Account. Once you have selected Activate Account, it will take you to this new page. Here is where you can select which type of account you are looking to activate, whether it's cardholder, plan administrator, broker, or service provider. For this video, we will be activating an online cardholder account. In order to activate your online cardholder account, you should have received a welcome email. Here is a sample copy of the welcome email you should receive. It will contain your card number and let you know the other information that is required in order to activate your online account. You will need your date of birth, postal code, and email address. This information will need to match the information provided to us from your plan administrator. If you have any issues activating your account, please contact your plan administrator to confirm the information they provided to us. If there's still issues, or that is the information you are putting in, please call our administration team and we'll help get that all fixed up for you so you can get moving forward with activating your account. In your welcome email, you would have received a card number. This is where you will input that information, followed by your birth date and postal code, and email address that we would have on file from your plan administrator. For the video purposes, this obviously will be just a fake account that we are setting up right now. And once you've got all your information input, you'll send temporary password. The next window that comes up is a green rectangle stating that you will have a temporary password available in your emails, so please check your junk mail as well as your regular inbox, and it will expire in 30 minutes. If you do not get to that email within that 30-minute time slot, you will need to go forgot password in order for a new one to be sent out. If you get an error message while trying to activate your online account, please contact our administration team to ensure that we have all the up-to-date information needed so that you can get your account started. When you receive your activation email, this is what it will look like. Here, it will show you your user ID and your temporary password. You will need this temporary password in order to log into your account and to update to a new password. We do recommend copying and pasting, and you can left mouse click the very beginning of the word and drag it over, and it will start to turn blue. Once you get to the end, you can let go of the left mouse button, and then you can right click where it will give you the option to copy. So select copy. Once you have received the email with the temporary password, you'll want to go back to the sign in page. From the sign in page, you'll input your card number, and then from there, you can click down, and because we went and copied that password, you can right click and select paste. This will then copy that password we had before. If you were able to write down the information and you know where all of the keystrokes are for the special characters in the temporary password, you can also type it in. Whatever is easier for you. Sometimes the special characters can get a little tricky. Once the password is input, you select I'm not a robot. This is our CAPTCHA feature. Again, it's a safety feature. It may ask you to select all the staircases or bicycles or vehicles, you do need to do this process. Otherwise, you will not be able to click sign in. So once you've done the CAPTCHA process, you click sign in. Once you have selected sign in, it will take you to our onboarding process. Here, you will need to change your password from the temporary password that was provided to a new password. Your new password must contain 9 to 30 characters, at least one uppercase letter, one lowercase letter, one number, and one special character. This is for safety purposes for your online account. With your temporary password, this is the initial password that was provided that we previously used to log in. You can either type that temporary password again if that's what you did, or you can paste in if you did copy it. Now you type in your new password and then your new password again to make sure that they match. If you're unsure and you want to make sure they do match, you can use this little icon here to show the passwords. Once you've got that all set up, you can click Save Changes. Here, there's a little green bar that will show up that said Password Updated. It doesn't look like much else changes, but from here, you actually want to just scroll down. And in this section, you will want to review the information to confirm that it is correct. If any information is incorrect, please make any changes as necessary, and your plan administrator will receive the change request to approve or deny any changes being made. If everything looks correct, you can keep scrolling down and hit Next. Here, you can add or update dependents. Requests will go through to your plan administrator again for either approval or denial. If no changes are needed, click Next. And your banking information, if you have it on hand, you can put it in here. It is not a requirement right away. You can always add banking and update your information at any time through your online portal. So we are going to just scroll down. If you have a flex plan, this option will display. If not, you will not have this allocation request. You can set your allocation here, or you can do it through your dashboard later on. Flex plan allocations cannot be changed once they have been set. So please be sure if you are setting it during your onboarding process that you do know the amounts you'd be looking for the year. So you can hit Next. Perfect. So we've got check, check, check. And in case you wanted to do or update any other information, going back to previous, but then you can select Go to Dashboard. Once you have selected Go to Dashboard, you have completed your onboarding process. Congratulations and welcome to your Quikcard cardholder account. Now that you have activated your online cardholder account, let's go through some features that you can find through the online portal. This is your main cardholder dashboard. From here, you'll have access to a ton of features to look into your current coverage, claim submissions, update information, and so much more. So let's start by going to the arrow on the top right near your name. When you go over to this arrow, you'll be able to see a drop-down menu come up. Here you'll be able to view profile, banking information, card download, request cardholder change, plan administrator details, and log out. So let's start with profile. Under profile, you'll be able to update dependent information, view coordination of benefits, and edit your contact information. As you scroll down, you'll also see authorization to disclose personal information. This is an area where you can add authorization to allow someone to access the information on the account that may not be a current cardholder. So not everyone will use this section, but it can be useful in certain situations. A bit further down, you will also see the option to change password or delete your online profile. So if you need to update your dependent information, you can select this option, which will open a new page. You can add a dependent to the plan, show inactive dependents, or change information as needed. This will include information such as spelling of the name, date of birth if it is inaccurate, education status updates, or adult dependent information. View coordination of benefits is an option that you can go into if you or your spouse has another benefits plan that your claims will go through. If you or anyone on your coverage has benefits through another health provider, this is where you can update the information or add the information in if it's something new to you. By adding coordination of benefits to a card member, it will notify our claims team that Quikcard is the second payer for that cardholder. So please be sure that you are adding the benefit to the correct individual on the card. You will want to select who the coverage is for, whether it's yourself, spouse, or dependent, and add it for each person covered by the other benefit plan. So from here, in our case, we do only have ourselves, so we're just going to say we have a new benefit plan as well. Once you have selected new, you would add in the name of the other carrier, which is actually the name of the other benefit provider. You can either do that through the drop-down menu, or you can type in the benefit name as well. If you have the policy number, you can absolutely add it in here, but it is not a requirement if you don't have it on hand. Not all coverages will cover dental, health, vision, drug card, or health spending accounts. So be sure to select which items your benefit plan covers. So if you have dental and vision coverages, you can check off these boxes here, and that is the items that we would require the coordination statement from the primary coverage in order to process a claim through our claims department. And then on the effective date, you would select the date that your benefit package came into effect from the other coverage, just so that we know if there's claims prior to that time that don't need a coordination amount, we don't have to worry about that. Once you've filled out all your information here, you would select Add, and it will add the benefit coverage to your card. Now that we've gone through the profile features on your dashboard, let's go on to the next option, which is banking information. In this area, you can add your personal banking information to receive payments through direct deposit. What you would need to do is you click on Update Bank Account, and you can add your information here, and then you would select Update. If you are unsure of where to find any of this information, the picture on the left-hand side will assist you with seeing all of your bank numbers from a check that you may have on hand. Our next option in this section is Card Download. In the Card Download section, you'll be able to download or print a replacement card. Quikcard does not send out hard copies of our cards, but you can print off your own through a PDF file if you would like. If you are on a mobile device, you can also save it to your e-wallet and have easy access to your Quikcard information from there. If you also have travel coverage through us, this is where you'd be able to see it in our drop-down menu. Right now you can only see Claims Card, but you would also see Travel Card as an option. The next section is Request Cardholder Change. Here is another area where you can add dependents to a plan, show inactive dependents, and update information. If you have any cardholder change requests, you'll also see on this page you can view the status of your current updates. All changes must be authorized by your plan administrator through your employer. They will need to log in and authorize any changes going through just to ensure that everything is correct and that you are still under the right type of coverage. The next section is Plan Admin Details. This page will show you the information as to who your plan administrator is directly through your employer. For coverage details or benefit questions such as available card maximum, claim status, or eligibility, our Quikcard team will be more than happy to help out. If you have questions related to your plan design or cardholder change requests, we would direct you to contact your plan administrator through your employer. The only other option left in this area is log out. We do recommend that you log out at the end of each session to help protect your personal information. Now, let's move on to the items on the left-hand side of our screen. These features include the dashboard, submit a claim, view past claims, view payments, view existing coverage, TotalRewards Plus, and log out. So let's start with the dashboard. The dashboard is actually where you'll always end up when you first log into your account. Here, it will give you a general overview of your benefits, including your year end. So in this case, December 31st, which means that the plan renews on January 1st. Submit a claim, which also has another option on the left-hand side. View e-card, which we also were able to view under the arrow on the top right. View past claims, which again also has another option on the left-hand side. View payments, which also has another option on the left-hand side. You can view plan information for each individual on your coverage by selecting the small arrow and selecting the individual you're looking for. So if you wanted to see amounts available still for a particular member on your coverage, you can absolutely click their name and some detailed information will show up a little bit further down. In this case, again, we just have ourselves, so we're just going to leave it on us right now. This particular plan has a wellness portion added to it, specifically a flex plan, which means that it is a health spending account and a wellness spending account and will require the cardholder to choose their allocations for the year. So this will not be available on all dashboards. If this is not something on your dashboard, please feel free to skip to the next section. So here it will show allocate your spending amount. For our flex plans, the cardholder will have 30 days from their activation date to select their allocation. They must complete the allocation process prior to submitting their first claim. Cardholders then will have 30 days prior to their plan's renewal date to choose their next benefit year allocations. If no allocation is chosen before the plan's renewal, it will automatically go to the default amounts set by the employer. Please keep in mind that these allocations cannot be changed at a later date. In this case, 90% of the credits will be allotted to your health spending account, which means that 10% would be allotted to your wellness spending account if you do not set your own allocations. So if you do select set allocations for 2025, this is where it'll actually give you the option as a sliding bar, but see, WSA percentage cannot exceed 75%. That is a limitation that is put on by your company's plan administrator. They will choose a maximum, a minimum, and a default setting as to how your allocations can go, just so that you still have access to certain benefit types. So here you can absolutely change this, and you'll see it adjust on the top, and then you could click confirm. For right now, I'm just going to hit cancel. And we're going to keep scrolling down our dashboard. Further down on the dashboard, this is where you're going to see your actual utilization. This is a very simplified version of where your benefits have been used so far in your benefit year. And this is where, if you did not have a wellness spending account or a flex spending account, this information would actually be up further on the page as well. And this is also where you can select the individual on the coverage, whether it's a spouse or dependents or yourself, to see who has used what types of benefits so far. The next section we are going to go over is submit a claim. There are quite a few different ways you can submit claims to us here at Quikcard. You can either do it through the online portal, the phone app, fax, mail, or email. If you are submitting through fax, mail, or email, you will require a claim form to accompany your receipts. Submitting claims through the online portal or the phone application, you do only need photos of your receipts, and if you have coverage through another source, you will need the copy of the coordination of benefits or explanation of benefits showing how much they had paid for each service. With your claim submissions, they will have to be accompanied by detailed receipts. When submitting through the online portal or the phone app, you will need to make sure that you have pictures or scans of the receipts that you are sending through to us. There will be a maximum size that is able to go through for your submission, so please be cautious as to how large your files are. For the files through the online portal, you can either drag the files to the drag and drop location, or you can choose a file on your computer. You would then go and select the patient name, service date. The online submission processes are meant for individual submissions, so one service date can only be selected at one time. Type of claim, type of service, the province that the service was provided in, and the total of the receipt. If you do have another plan that this claim has gone through first before coming to us at Quikcard, you can select yes. This is where either your receipt needs to show how much they paid per service or have the coordination of benefit statement or explanation of benefit statement showing how much was put towards the service. If you do not have another coverage, you would select no. Or if the other coverage you have does not cover the service at all and you know for a fact there was no benefit coverage there, you can select no in this area as well. In the comments section, you can add in additional information that you think could be important regarding the claim being sent through. For example, if If you have an out-of-country claim, you can type in the name of the currency so that we can accurately convert the claim for you into Canadian dollars. Once you have filled out all the information, attached your receipts, and added your coordination of benefits or explanation of benefits statement if required, you can then click Submit Claim. Once you click Submit Claim, an authorization will come through. Please read through and ensure that all information is accurate regarding your claim submission. These sections, you will have to click Yes on everything that you are authorizing and then select Agree. If there are errors in your submission, please review your attached files and ensure all information is filled out. If you are still having issues, please call our claims department for assistance. Once the claims have gone through, a green bar will show up that says Claim Submitted, and an email will be sent out to you to confirm the claim has been submitted successfully. The next area we will go over will be View Past Claims. So this section, you will be able to see claims that you have previously submitted to us as well as their status. So if it has been received and the claim has been entered, you may see the status as adjudicated, which means that it has been in our system, it just has not made it out for a payment run quite yet. If it does say paid, then you should be receiving payment in your account in a timely manner. You can also view claims submitted for specific individuals. Again, there's only us on the plan, but it automatically will go to all for all clients on the card. But if you have a spouse or dependents that you are looking for specific claim submissions for, you can absolutely select them and the claim itself should come up in the bottom section down here. If you're having any issues viewing a past claim, select More Filters. Here, you can actually break it down by benefit type, claim status, year, and the date type. Payment date just means by the day that the payment is going to go through. If you click payment date, it's going to change it to service date. That means that's the day that the service itself was provided to you. For the year, current is your current benefit period. Not all plans run on a calendar year. So that means if your plan renews every April 1st, this plan will show information from April 1st until today's date to view your current claim. If you were looking for claims from a previous benefit year, you can click this arrow, you can go previous, and that will just pull up claims that were submitted from your last benefit year, or you can go by a range if you know the general timeline from when you submitted the claim or the general timeline for the service date. Up at the top, you will also see Generate Report. You can click this area, and again, you would select your card holder, either all or individual, and you can do it by benefit type, the date type again, which is current benefit year, previous benefit year, or range. And then here, this is the payment date, which again is when a payment is issued to you. You click it, it changes to service date. So that is the day the service has been provided to you. I do recommend trying to use service date more often than payment date, just because it's actually going to show you accurate statement as to how much you had used in your benefit year, because all our services are paid out based on the service dates themselves. Once you've selected the information that you would like, you can generate a PDF. And again, it's a great file to have either for yourself to ensure that you've submitted all the claims that you were looking for, or if you have claims that need to go through another coverage, this is a great report to generate and send to the other benefits provider. The next section we're going to review is View Payments. Here you will be able to view payments made to you from Quikcard for claim submissions that you have sent in. If you sent in a large claim submission with multiple receipts, you will see one payment for $1 amount. And when you click View, there will be an option to view on the end. Once you click View, you'll be able to see detailed information as to what claims that payment actually went towards. You can also select the search within the last 30 days, date range, or payment number. The next area we're going to go over is View Existing Coverage. This area does contain a lot of information, and it can look very different depending on how your company's plan is set up. In this case, we have the plan maximum, which will be something that will show for all card types. In this case, we see that it is dental, vision, and health, including the drug card, and does give us the potential benefit amount. If we were to scroll over, It'll actually show us how much has been used and the plan's overall maximum. The next line down does show a wellness maximum, as it is a separate dollar maximum. On these lines, you'll actually be able to see as well your start date and the end date for your benefit period. Over here, if you scroll over the little question mark, it will say balance left to use dependent on the plan maximum still available. That's just to give you an idea as to what potential benefits actually means. So we're going to close this section here. We're going to go to the next area, which is dental care. So if your plan has dental, you will see this. If your plan does not have dental, you will not have access to view dental care coverage. Here, it can show you the types of services available. So in this case, it's basic, major, extensive major, and orthodontics, and the coverage percentage. If it's covered at 100%, 80%, 50%, that information will be over on the side in the details. If there are frequency limitations, you will see tiny little dots underneath the names of the service for dental. So then you could hover over top of it and information based on those details for frequencies will come up. Here is an example of what it can look like when there are frequency limitations and the types of frequencies that you might see in regards to dental services. Now we're going to minimize the dental care. And under health, again, this is the same kind of scenario. So each service, you'll see its name on the side, the coverage percentage, and if there was specific dollar maximums only available in each particular type, you would also see that information on this section. So say you had a limitation of $500 for one specific category, you would be able to see very much like in that first section, you could hover over top and it would say how much of the $500 you've used for that particular benefit service. Most of the time, this does not mean that you have $500 in each individual category. It just means that you have a cap limit, $500 for that specific area based around your overall coverage maximum. If that is what your plan reflects, please contact our claims team and they will be more than happy to assist and go over your plan details. So let's minimize this healthcare section here. And then in vision, you've got the same kind of thing. It'll show the different services available, percentages, and if there were specific dollar limitations per category. Again, with wellness, this will only show if you have wellness as an option or have a flex account with us through your plan. This section will not be available to view if you do not have this type of coverage. And the drug card. Again, if there were different percentages in this section, you would see that information or a different dollar amount or set limitation specifically for the drug card. The drug card is our direct bill option for pharmaceutical services and may not be applicable to all plans. The last main section that we're going to go over now is TotalRewards Plus. TotalRewards Plus is an exclusive program for our Quikcard cardholders. TotalRewards Plus is designed with your unique needs in mind. This makes it easier to take control of your health, finances, and future as an individual. Products featured in TotalRewards Plus are provided by our trusted partners. Quikcard does not sell or administer these products directly. Please keep in mind that this section will be updated fairly frequently with new and exciting offers to provide as much benefit options to our cardholders as we can. To see more details and to take advantage of these offers, just click on the links provided in the TotalRewards Plus section. The last option on the left-hand side is log out. We always recommend logging out after you're done viewing your online portal through either a web browser or the phone app. This will help keep your information safe. Now you have seen the primary features of our Quikcard online portal. If you have any further questions, please feel free to reach out to either our claims team, as they will be able to assist you with submitting claims, viewing your claims history, and claim questions in general, or our administration team, who can help with updating information, or if you run into a little bit of struggles, logging in or updating information online.